Okay, we are going to paint a snowman canvas, but first of all, thank you for coming here tonight to spend time with your child and also to help support the PTO. We are so pleased with how well of a turnout that we've had. I'm doing these videos on YouTube, and I have my own channel. It's Mrs. Milligan's Art Studio. The reason why I'm doing it on YouTube for this class tonight is because there's so many people that are here. I was afraid that you were not going to be able to hear me. So we've already gone over the steps of how to set up your area. And I've got my water, my paper towel. Now these brushes are brand new, and my paint's over there and my canvas. And I've decided to do setting it up horizontal. You decide which way you want. When you get your brushes, you're going to need to make sure that you kind of very carefully smooth them out because they're brand new and they might be a little stiff. The PTO purchased them just for this evening. And you should get 3 brushes, hopefully. And the first thing that we're going to do is remember, less is more. And my paint has been sitting out for probably about an hour while I've been redoing videos and setting stuff up. And you have a lot of blue and a lot of white and then other colors. And here's my gray. So if you get to it and it's a little dried out, you can always stir it around, and I would just start with an edge, and you're going to do your round brush. So this is round and that's flat. Now I want you to see just the little bit of paint that I have on my paintbrush. This is the barrel. You want to hold it like a wand. Be very gentle with it. And we're going to start with doing the head. And what I teach in the classroom is you can always draw with your finger first. See how I'm kind of up at the top in the middle? Because I don't want to have it all the way up the top. I won't be able to put a hat on there. So I'm kind of down here. Draw first. And this is going to look great no matter, it's not going to look like a Vincent van Gogh, but it's going to be your creation. It's going to be awesome. So I'm drawing my little finger here. I'm going to draw a circle. I like to set my pinky on here kind of very gently, and it just helps guide the paintbrush. And then I'm just making an outline of my circle. There we go. Now this has already been treated with gesso. I bought them already like this, ready to go. And then I'm going to get some more paint. Now I did another one, and I did the body first, and then I went back and I did the head, and I realized, well, you're going to see that line there. So you're going to start at the bottom. You want it to sit right on top of there, and I'm going to draw, and you can draw with your finger first if you need to. I'm going to draw a bigger part that's going to be the body. Okay, get a little bit more paint. Have my snowman here. And I've just done, and see how, if you can see, my pinky is underneath, and I'm just very careful, and I have my hand right here. So there's the outline of my snowman. And what's nice is this is going to create a shadow. And I come in and I'm just very carefully cleaning my brush, check it on the edge. What I like about the styrofoam bowls is it's hopefully they will not tip, and then I'm very carefully wiping my brush, drying it, it's clean, set it on the side. Now the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to use the same round brush. And we talked about, this is your background line, we talked about all this stuff in the class, and you want it curved is more interesting. If you had it straight, it's kind of boring, so that's what we talk about. And I'm going to turn my plate to get to my white, and like I said, I've already used this white, and you have plenty of paint, and we can have people come around and get you some more. And you're going to start and go from left to right because you're trying not to put your hand in the paint. And so here is with the round brush. Now I'm going to try something first. I'm going to try it with the flat brush to see how it does. So I get my paintbrush. You can do the same, we might just do the flat brush because you're going to fill it in with the flat brush. So you can use whichever one you're comfortable with. And you don't want to overdo the acrylic because it will take too long to dry. Acrylics dry really quick, but see how I had that clump of paint? I put that on there as a teachable moment. That would take forever to dry. So I'm going to spread it out. Another thing that you want to think about, and I can set that right back there because I'll clean it. I'm going to clean it because I'm so picky about my brushes. And we talked about keeping things clean. So I'm going to clean it, test it. There we go. Set it down. So I'm going back. And you do not want to put your hand. If I would have painted this and go back to paint my snowman, I would have my hand all covered in paint. So instead, I'm going to start with the body. You want to leave a little bit of a gray because it helps with the shadow of the snowman. And you can go back and you can add more gray if you want to. And if you get to where you think, you know what, I want to cover that up, you're going to be outlining it with blue. So now I'm going to go back in, get some more paint, and do the body. Okay, I'm going up to as close as I can, and this works pretty well with the flat. But like I said, you can use the round and the flat. And I left a little bit. See how I have a little bit of gray? I like that because it creates the shadow. And when you paint the circles, you want to try to paint in a circular motion. That way, it aesthetically, it looks nicer. I'm going all the way up against to the edge as I can, not leaving clumps. Now I'm going to fill in the bottom part. So here I go. And like I said, these are pre-treated with gesso. And you want to brush going in the same direction. You also want to be careful. If you need to hold on to it, make sure you don't have paint on your hand. Less is more with this, so I'm not doing the big clumps here. Okay, and I'm filling and going all the way across. If I get on my snowman, that's no big deal, but I really want to try to keep that gray, because like I said, it gives the effect of a shadow. Okay, and this might take some time. If you want to go back and forth with your brush, that's fine, as long as you're spreading it out. You don't want to sit there and keep going in one spot, though, and I talked about this with the kids in the classroom. If you're doing one spot on your paper, it will tear up your paper. The same thing, what you're doing is you're going to be taking off that paint. Now see, I'm almost out of this paint, but like I said, this is the second canvas I've done because I decided I didn't like the first one. And if you need more, you just raise your hand, and I have some awesome helpers that are going to be here, and they're going to have a cart, and they can come around and give you some more paint. Let me see. I'm almost running out of white. So I've got my white. I'm going to fill it all in. Now, we're going to take a break after we get all this done, so you will get to get up and get your cookies. Okay, but what I mentioned before, I think it's on the first video, I'm not sure. We have a lot of people that are here, so if you have younger brothers and sisters that have come to watch, please encourage them to stay at their seats. Thank you. So I'm going to clean this now, just because we want everybody to be able to hear. Let me see here. So see, I'm testing the side, and it's still not coming out clean. And I like the bowls because you have more water. And if you need more water, the volunteers can come around and help you. So I've wiped it clean, reshaped it, set it down. Now we're going to do the outline of the blue. Now what I want you to remember, and I don't have a lot of space, I'm trying to balance this on my Elmo so it has a nice light. You're going to turn around your canvas. Now very carefully, if you need, as a parent, if you need to help, that's fine. You want to turn around. That way I don't have my hands in the canvas, which are wet, which would be wet. Okay, so now you are going to